in 5, 4.
Yikes! Is it time to start the show? Welcome to the amazing Trade Shop Math Race. I'm your host, Professor Eddie, and, well, I'm not ready yet. You'll have to start without me. Welcome back. I'm your host, Professor Eddie. Okay, so I'm not really a professor. I'm a drill sergeant. Fall in. As you are aware, the American Revolution is underway. The Continental Army is in need of supplies. Shirts, leather goods, and bread for soldiers, wheels for carts, crates for ammunition, and a secure location for the general's headquarters. You will help supply the Army by competing in the amazing Trade Shop Math Race, gaining points based on your team's math skills, speed, and teamwork. Private, do you understand your mission?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sorry about that. We need 2 teams. Red, blue, red, blue, red, and blue. Red team, front and center.
Alex.
Caitlin.
Lyndon.
Blue team,
Marissa. Elena. Alexander.
are you ready to compete in the amazing Trade Shop Math Race?
Yes, sir.
I will be keeping score and providing engaging commentary to our viewers. When you have completed all your challenges, report back here and I will reveal the winning team. Dismissed, and good luck.
Thank you.
Where'd you go? This is the amazing Trade Shop Math Race headquarters. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How did this fit into this? I have no idea.
Magic!
But look, Red Team has arrived at the Wheelwright shop. Wheelwright's made wheels for the Army's wagons, carts, well, anything that needs wheels. Let's listen.
All right, let's take a look at some of the parts of the wheel. So what are some of the parts that you all see here?
Well, there's this middle part.
All right, that's the hub of the wheel, the very middle of it.
And then there's also these long wooden parts.
All right, coming out of the hub are the spokes.
And there's also the outside.
Exactly, the outside rim is composed of pieces called the fellies, and then on that is an iron ring called a tire. So those are some of the parts of the wheel. Let's look at how we design and lay out all of those parts.
Excuse me. Math makes me hungry. Let's eat. Let's see what the blue team is doing with the artificer.
In here, we're producing all of the leather goods now that the Army's going to need. Things like cartridge boxes and bayonet belts. Now, right now, what I have is a sealed pattern for what's called a saddle valise. And if you look here on the back of the saddle, you can see one's attached back there by way of its cloak straps.
So a wheelwright has a couple things that lets them draw circumference.
Anybody draw a perfect circle? Yeah, everybody can draw a perfect circle if you got the right tools, right?
Which lets you draw a circle pretty much any size you want. To set them to the radius of the circle that you want to make.
Is set up my point to the proper radius, and then when I swing the dividers from one spot all the way around, I really can't go too far afield.
You just spin the Dremel around, keeping that point in the wall. If that moves, you won't draw the same circle every time. So that's how you get the circumference. Your challenge is to find the radius and the diameter of this wheel that I have drawn right here.
To calculate the radius and the diameter of the end cap.
Go.
Okay, so this is what measures the radius, right?
So we should check if it's right first.
Why don't we use a piece of string to measure it from the length and we just use that? It'll be a lot easier.
That's a good idea. Okay.
No, it's done. Okay, let's
So we can
measure this now.
Put it in the center. So it appears to be...
If it goes from the middle out to that rim, then that should be the radius since it's only half.
Alright, so 3 3/4 inches, and then to get the diameter, we have to multiply that times 2.
Double it is the diameter. So 30 times 2 is 60.
So the radius is 30
and diameter is 60. Done!
Red Team wins the first point for speed.
7.5 for diameter, and then 3 3/4 for radius. Okay, done.
Both teams receive accuracy points because both knew that the diameter is twice the length of the radius. R times 2 equals D. Let's see if they can do it again. Red team has a 20-inch radius, Blue team's radius is 7 inches. What's the diameter? Go!
So the diameter is just twice the radius.
Yeah,
so
so
that'd be
it's-
7 times 2, so I'd say it's 14.
Done.
Blue team takes the point for speed and an accuracy point for answering 14 inches.
The diameter is double the radius, so 20 plus 20 is 40. That's the diameter.
40.
Red team's 40-inch diameter gains them 1 point for accuracy. I'll feed you soon. But first, the teams are tied and their next challenge has them looking for circumference. Go!
So to find the circumference, you do pi d.
Did someone say pi?
Who wants pie?
Here you go. Very funny. Now back to the math race already in progress.
Did 14 times 3.140. You come up with the answer. Times 40.
125.
I got 43.96. Done.
Red team takes the cake for using pi. And both teams get a point for knowing their recipe. 2 pi r equals circumference. And I clean up very nicely, don't I?
Not really.
Yum. In this challenge, the teams draw circumferences using the tools of their trade. A trammel for the red team and dividers for the blues. Each team must complete this challenge in less than 5 minutes to gain a point. Of course, we edited the action for your viewing pleasure.
Remember, we only need the radius, so it only has to be half the width of the circle.
Okay, so we only need 7, right?
If it has to be 40-inch diameter, that means 20-inch radius. So we have to measure it out to 20.
That's a quarter mark.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's the 7 right there.
Got it.
20. Okay, so we're gonna need to move it to right here.
I think it's slipping. That's wider.
So now,
Good.
let's go draw it.
It looks like the right length.
Here, I'll put extra pressure.
Done.
Both teams finish the challenge in less than 5 minutes.
All right.
Points for everyone. On to the next speed round with degrees and angles.
Well, we know that there are 360 degrees in a circle.
And if there are 6 points in the flower, we just divide 360 by 6.
We know every circle has 360 degrees, right?
Round and round.
there's 12 spokes, you have to divide 360
By 12.
6 goes into 36 6 times with a remainder of 0. That's 60 times. So 60 degrees for each is the separation between each point. Done.
Blue team takes the speed point in 25.5 seconds to red team's 32 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Both teams score for accuracy, tying the tally at 7-7 as we head into the first relay challenge.
Welcome.
Many tradesmen found that business was booming during the American Revolution.
Boom.
Blacksmith James Anderson is a good example. Both teams have come to the armory kitchen to learn about baking bread to feed the army and compete in a rather wacky relay race.
Move out.
Check it out.
Your challenge today is to feed the army. There is a shilling here for each team. You will have to go and purchase your flour.
That's the math part.
Are you ready for your challenge?
Yeah!
Go!
Red team's starting line is further forward because it's the outside lane.
I know that.
So red team has further to travel around the corner. Each player must select 1 sack of flour. The slip of paper tells them how much flour is in their sack and how much it costs per pound.
Come on, Elena!
They buy their flour with their shilling and take the correct amount of change from the pile of pennies on the table.
Money.
Get the flour!
Oopsie.
The buckets of water have nothing to do with buying the flour. It just adds to the challenge.
You can do this, Marissa! Come on, Marissa!
Caitlin and Marissa buy their flour with the change Alex and Elena gave them. Otherwise, the challenge is the same.
You got it! Let's go! Hey, give me the change.
The remaining change is given to Lyndon and Alexander, who race away with tin cups. Whichever team spills the least water gets a point.
One, two, three.
And red team crosses the finish line 3 paces ahead of blue and wins the speed point. And both teams have delivered the right amount of change. The jars and tin cups of water were poured into the buckets of water as each person completed the race. The moment of truth is now. Drum roll, please.
Hit it.
Blue team hits the ruler at 5 inches and 15 sixteenths. Red team's watermark is 5 inches and 14 sixteenths. The point goes to the blue team by 1/16 of an inch.
Your challenge is to make bread.
The bread making challenge is a just do it round. Each team has to mix their ingredients, knead their dough, and bake their bread. That's it. They just do it, and they get a point. Bread making takes time. Each team member kneaded the dough for 5 minutes.
Now, here's our maths. You have 5 pounds of flour at 2p a pound. How many people can you feed, and how much will it cost? Go.
Okay, it will cost us 5 times 2.
So 10 pence. Oh, okay.
5 times 2. 10 pence. Each person 5.
Okay, it would cost
So
10 pence.
Wait a minute, red team, you didn't say.
Give me your answer.
5 people. It will feed 5 people, and the cost is 10 pence.
Red started to answer without saying done. So, blue team was able to grab the point. Now, let's bake some bread. Barbara already preheated the oven by building a fire in the interior. When the temperature was just right, the coals and wood were taken out, leaving a hot oven ready for baking.
Cook it.
30 minutes and we will have bread.
Thank you.
Elena and Marissa can't wait to eat that yummy bread. Makes me hungry just thinking about it.
Who wants pie?
Wait, we already had pie. They're in the wrong challenge.
There you go.
Sigh. The teams are in place for the next round of trade shop challenges. Check it out.
This is the tailor's workshop. On the eve of the revolution, every tailor in town was busy supplying shirts and tents for the army. It's a shirt that I'm making right now. The army needs more of them than you could possibly count.
Our work as joiners is pretty straightforward. We're called joiners because that's what we literally do, is join material together. And this joint, the mortise and tenon, that's the most common connection that we use in our work.
In this challenge, the teams have to identify, measure, and label the different parts of either a shirt or a musket ball crate. They have 5 minutes to complete this challenge. Each team has a list of dimensions. They measure the pattern pieces and compare those measurements to their list.
There's 7 and an 8.
All right. So you can just, you don't have to measure that one, I guess.
You guys got all those done?
Yep.
Oh, we have this one still.
I guess it's probably the 4.5 one.
Yeah.
All right, so
this
the
is-
end.
The body of the shirt.
Good, the body. It's actually just a length of fabric, 2 1/4 yards long, side to side. Good, I think you got it in time.
15 3/4.
And then 8 5/8.
Just put them down. We're done.
Right, done.
Both teams get points for completing the challenge in under 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Next up is a race to see which team can lay out their pattern pieces with the least amount of wasted material.
I think we should start in a specific corner, this one since we're all here.
Or should we put these up there because it'd be easier to...
Easier to reach.
We can probably put some of these short ones, yes. Yeah, there we go.
These two and one of these, maybe?
Yeah.
One of these, that fits.
And we can scooch this one down and eliminate some of the space.
Square here and another square there.
It seems to be all going the same way.
This is the grain going this way.
This one also has it.
Do those two fit side by side? Oh, good idea, Marissa.
Got it?
All right.
Is that good?
No. Done.
Done.
We're done.
Blue team takes the speed point. Now the teams must figure out how much material is needed to complete one shirt or musket ball crate.
I think someone should find out how far 2 1/4 yards is in inches.
So this is 36 inches long.
Oh, okay. The bottom, so 14. We can do 36 plus 81, which is the 2 1/4.
Yeah, 7/8. Okay, so 9 by 47 and 7/8.
117.
Yep.
Okay.
Done.
Done.
Great job.
Blue team grabs another speed point. Next, how much material is needed to make 100 of what you're making?
I don't know.
11,700.
Red team gets a speed point.
900 by 4,800.
Okay, now the 900 is not right because the 900 would mean that we were making the boards 900 inches wide. The board's width doesn't change, but the length will change. So it's 9 inches by 4,800 inches. So that's correct.
So in the tailor trade, when we're dealing with large quantities of cloth, we use a larger unit called an L. It's the equivalent of 45 inches.
Knowing that I'm going to be buying these boards in 8-foot lengths, I want you to figure out exactly how many boards I'm going to need.
So take that 11,700 inches to make 100 shirts and tell me what that is in L's.
Go.
11 twice. 7 and a 0.
So there are 96 inches in
So
every
we need
board.
to divide 48
by 96.
260 L's.
Very good.
So it's 50 boards.
Great job.
And red team takes the speed point for determining how many L's of cloth will be needed to make 100 shirts.
I'm about to flip a coin for each of the teams to determine what their course is. You will then be given your instruction, you'll need your compass, and you'll need to pace off an established measure. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Shake on it, call it in the air.
Tails.
Heads it is.
So blue team wins the toss and will get to select their course.
All right. 40 paces that way.
So that's 30.
Okay, plus that 1.5.
Yeah.
The compass. Okay.
The teams use compasses to determine the direction of travel. When they reach the end of each leg of the course, they plant a flag.
6, 7, 8.
It looks like the red team has taken the speed point for this challenge.
It's time for us to survey it in an 18th century fashion and see who came the closest.
Yep.
Run the chain. And set an arrow. Run the chain. All right, let's move to the next one.
For the next challenge, the teams must draw plat.
Go.
Okay, so one chain would be 4 blocks.
West
West
would be that way.
So that's 8.
Go south,
15.
west, about go south.
You don't have to
What do you think we should do?
just go 16.
Wait,
I don't know.
that's 2 chains, 1, 2.
Done.
And blue team takes the speed point. Next, the teams must divide the plat into 3 separate geometric shapes.
My mark, go.
Done.
Wow, blue team didn't waste any time on that challenge. They take another speed point. It's time for the final challenge. First, it's charades.
Circle.
The pence.
Hammers. Shillings. Buckets of water. Arrows. Smaller. Radius.
Alex!
Radius. Diameter. Come on! Oh, chain. Chain.
Come on, Caitlin. So yeah, mine was 1.
Okay, 72. What was your area?
4.
I'm gonna start right here. 28.
Done.
Done.
And red takes the speed point.
That last challenge was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I know that Professor Eddie is tallying up the scores, so to both teams, good luck to you.
Thank
you. I'll beat you there.
Well, it looks like the teams are on their way.
Right over there is where we need to move.
Huh? Good day.
What's happening?
Welcome back, and congratulations on completing the amazing Trade Shop math race. Let me just double check the tally, and I'll announce the results. All right, 1, 2, 3, 15. It's official! We have a tie! Yep, I said it, a tie. Time for a tiebreaker round of math. The first team to give the correct answer wins the point. Here's what you need to know. There are 15 regiments of soldiers in Virginia. There are 10 companies in each regiment, and there are 68 soldiers in each company. What is the total number of companies?
There are 150 companies in Virginia.
That is correct. What is the total number of soldiers?
There are 1,020 soldiers.
That is incorrect. Keep trying. Red team?
10,200.
That is correct.
There you go.
Every soldier gets one shirt. What is the total number of shirts needed to equip the Virginia regiments?
10,200.
That is correct. If every company gets 2 crates of musket balls, what is the total number of crates needed to equip the Virginia regiments? Yes?
300.
That is correct. On to question number 5. If every company gets 1 valise, what is the total number of valises needed to equip the Virginia regiments?
150.
That is correct. If every company gets 1 wagon, and a wagon has 4 wheels, what is the total number of wheels needed to equip the Virginia regiments? Yes?
40.
That is incorrect.
Oh, shucks.
600.
That is correct. If every soldier gets 1 loaf of bread, what is the total number of loaves needed to equip the Virginia regiments?
10,200 loaves of bread.
That is correct. The blue team has won the amazing Trade Shop math race. Sergeant, these recruits have just won the amazing Trade Shop math race. Can you use them in your cannon crew?
I certainly can, Professor Eddie. Congratulations, blue team. Fall in. Sponge teeth.
In the bed.
Fire.
That's how you go out with a bang.